It is necktie day here at Ex Libris Crafts. This is Karen Jean. Let's have some fun. What you see before you is a collection of neckties that I have purchased. Gosh, I purchased these probably about 5 years ago from thrift stores, thinking of doing different things with them, and they've just been sitting here in a bag. Most of them are neckties. Some of them are, and as you can see, some I've already ripped open and pulled apart. Silk neckties, some I haven't. This here is a scarf, I guess a woman's neck scarf, and, you know, just some silk or silk-like handkerchiefs or whatever. I'm going to throw them back in my bag here because I have one picked out. I am so excited about this. I think it's going to be such fun. Let me put that aside. I have this here necktie. See? I've already pressed it. Orange. Orange is really not my color, but look at this. Look at these polka dots. Isn't this fun? And I was looking at this as I was pressing it out, and I thought, you know what that would go really good as? A journal cover. Look at that. Look at that. I would have to cover it with something, obviously. But I could turn this into a journal cover. Let's see how this is going to work. Even the other side has this fun bit here, although I don't want to hide it. So, I don't know. We're going to make it into a journal cover, though. Isn't that going to be fun? And that's how it's going to close. And this is the frame we're going to use for the journal. So let's have some fun. I'm back, and I have pulled out some papers here. Isn't that fun? Oh, that's going to be such fun. These are just regular 20-pound single-sided papers. These are also single-sided, but they are heavyweight papers. So maybe we'll do a couple of envelopes with that. This is also a heavyweight cardstock. And here we have, we're only going to make one signature. How many did I pull out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need this one. I thought would be fun for the cover, right? And this will be like on top of it, on the cover. I have to sew this down, sew these edges down. Yeah, and so we can put these on the inside, make it a little fun. So 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the cover. We could put that in there. That could be the signature center. I like these squares. They're always fun. Or we can put these, because these are heavier, we can put these in there as pages, and we could make this one a page. And then these can be envelopes. We could make envelopes. We also need to figure out the inside, front, and back cover as well. So, I'll be back again. And I'm back. So, this book is measuring 6 by 8.5, which is fine. The papers are all cut down to 8.5 by 11, with the exception of these, because they don't quite make 8.5. These are 8 inches by 11. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. This is going to be the middle. And we have these. All right, let's get to folding. So we have the coloring books. It's all orange. with the exception of the cover and that other stripe piece that I'm going to use for envelopes. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, I'll be back after I fold. Okay, so the papers are folded different ways. I even sewed a bit. Oh, it's the wrong side. I was saying I could have sworn I sewed this tie, which I did up to here, which I think should be enough. Should be enough. Yeah. So what we're going to do first, I'm putting these things aside. We'll figure this out in a minute. We're going to put together the book first. Now, I'm going to put sea salt caramel. Keto. I'm going to put these on the inside because they'll be covered with, I'm not sure what they'll be covered with, but I'm going to put this on the inside. So, I know that some people are very interested in the strength of the spine. This is pretty, you know, it's an ice cream box. It's pretty thick. I'm doubling up the spine here, so that's going to be double thickness. Then I'm using Tyvek tape. My spines are always multiple layers because there's the double layer of the frame that I'm using. There's double layer of Tyvek tape. Then there's usually double or triple layer of paper. So they're very sturdy spines. There we go. Oh, that takes a little bit of off kilter there. So I'm going to drop this down. Looks like I should have. Oh, I don't have them lined up. Here we go. Get it off my fingers. Gonna just snip it here across. Oh, this is gonna be more than a double layer of Tyvek. I should have done it twice. Oh, one thing I forgot to do is add glue. Hold the phone, hold the phone. Throw down some glue. Get it closed back up again. Okay. Tyvek tape, which is very strong. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, so this is going to be more like triple Tyvek tape, because the tape is only, what is it, 2-inch tape. That spine, I'm going to overlap it, just to make sure that that spine is going to be good and covered. Okay. Got stuck up here. Unstick it. Pull it down. And let's do that again. Let's try that again. There. Okay. Oof. Now we have to make sure that we can fold it in onto itself. Okay. Now, so, excuse me. We have this at 6, and I'll be doing this so many times I can't tell you. 6 by 8.5. So I want it to be, I could cut this in half. at 6. I'm going to have to carry it over. Or I can get another piece of this paper because it does have duplicates and merge it in the middle. If I do that, I'm still going to have to get something to cover the spine other than this. This is going to be around the back of it. So by the time it wraps around the front, well, I suppose that'll be okay. And then it'll come like that. Now, I am planning on putting this down on the book, not just as something that can come off of the book. So, let me cut it while I can. There. And push that away to get it out of my way. All right, so we're going to cut this down. I'm not going to have it meet in the middle. I'll figure something else out. We're going to cut this down to 6 inches. If I can get it. There, 6 inches. All right, so there are 2 halves. 6 inches by, here I go again, 8.5 inches. This is 12 inches. Cut off 2 inches. I'm going to cut off 2 inches. That should be enough to wrap around the top and the bottom. Okay. So that's 8.5, and this is 10. So 3/4 of an inch on both sides. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pull out my scored board here, and I'm going to lightly score it 3/4 of an inch all the way around. I'm going to do a light score because this is paper. It doesn't need to be a heavy score. And 3/4 of an inch top and bottom actually might be too much because of the thickness of this. Let us see. So this is scored at 3/4 of an inch, which puts it right there. This is scored at 3/4 of an inch, which puts it right there. Okay. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to caddy cut these corners. Caddy corner, cut these corners, caddy corner. Where's my 3/4 of an inch? I scored it so lightly I can't see it. Excuse my head. I think it's right there. Okay. Yeah, it's right there. There it is. There it is. Okay, let's do the same for this one. Let's score it a little bit deeper so I can see it. Move this aside. Okay, now I can see it. Now that's just so there's not bulk when it gets folded over, right? Okie dokie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to not quite sure. Let's try some of this. This is the Ranger Multimedia Matte, which a lot of people like. I'm going to spread it out with the spreader so that it doesn't give bumps, right? I'm also going to I'm probably going to put a different kind of glue on these fold over parts. All right, let's get this in here. Okay. See, it's not catching on this. Maybe it's because I don't have enough glue on that. Just put some art glitter glue in there. And used by Tim Holtz. Make sure it's all nice and glued down nice and flat. Okay. Wipe that off. And let's do the same to this here. Let me wipe the glue off with my dollar store wipe. Okay. All right, I guess I'll go ahead and put some there, and put some there, and put some there. And use this spreader to make sure. Okay, and let's do the same thing here. Scooch that up into those folds. Okay. And there. Get this out of the way. Okay. You don't want to rip the paper. Okay. There. Now, what are we going to cover the inside of it with? So, actually, I cut these all down. Let's take a look here. I figured this could be the signature cover, but we could also use that for the front and back cover if we so desire. This is fun. Okay, so we have, let's just do some alternating, shall we? That one there. Wanted this to be the signature center. Well, I suppose we could always put this on the outside, although I don't like that on the outside. So we can put it in the signature center. There we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. That's good enough. Good enough. So there's our signature. But let's talk more about, oh, wait a minute. I forgot one. I forgot one. So this can be the signature center. There. There. 11. Okay, I'll be back. What I have here is a sticker paper. It's labels, 2 labels to a sheet. And I'm just going to cover up the center here with this piece. Okay. Now, and I might need to cover up the outside too to cover up that, but let's see. I found 3 different fabrics. This one is rather bright orange, isn't it? I found 3 different fabrics here, orange fabrics that I have. And here's the tie. Right, here's the tie. I think this one is the best one. My cat is here trying to get me to pick him up. He always comes a-knocking. So let me put these 2 aside. I think this one. Now I can cover both. Well, I can certainly cover the inside of it. And the outside of it. Okay, so I'm going to cover the inside and the outside of the spine with this. I still need to figure out what we're doing for the inside covers, front and back cover. Now, what did I do with, we have this here. Okay, this is what I've decided on. This is what I've decided on. So I'm going to cut it 5.5 by 8. Yeah, 5.5 by 8. All right, so let me get out the paper trimmer again. Move the scoreboard out of the way. Now, this here is the, okay, 8. Wait a second. Let me think. This way is this way is 5.5. No, this way. Oh, hold on. All right, let me cut off this this edge bit here. Okay. So I want it to be like this. So this is 8. So this is 8. This is 8. And then this is 5.5. This is 6. And then 5.5. Just cut off that white edge piece there. And I think this is fine, 5.5. Okay. Oops. Okay. So, like this, and like this. Okay. Except that I think I'm going to put the fabric down first. I'm going to put the fabric down first, which means that I need to cut and iron the fabric 3 inches. 3 inches wide. Okay, I'll be back again. Okay, I used heat and bond to iron on the fabric to the book. And now I'm going to glue these down the inside front covers here. And then we'll sew in the signature, and then we'll be able to place the tie on the outside. How fun is this going to be? All right, I have glue on my fingers though, so I will constantly be rubbing my fingers together because I have glue on my fingers. Ugh. All right, so this is our glitter glue. Just mush it on there. This is a very narrow tip bottle, so that's why it doesn't come out very well. It's great for, you know, more glue on my fingers. That bottle tip is great for gluing things if you're doing card making and smaller things, but let's see if we can get it all down there. This is from scrapbook.com. I have a couple of them. They must have been free gifts. Spreaders. They come in handy. Put a little bit here. I might, because that's on top of fabric, I might actually have to use the Fabrifix on that. And for the other one. Now, you can use men's neckties in so many different crafting things, you know. could open them up and then sew them together, and you could make lamp covers with them. That would be fun. You could, like I said, open them up and sew them together, and then you could have a piece of fabric for a journal cover too. That would be fun. Okay. This just helps spread the glue out underneath. A little bit. Again, we'll have to see how this goes, but again, might have to use some Fabrifix here. Just make sure we get glue in the corners. That one's good. Okay. So, there is the inside of our book. All right. This is going to be such fun. Even without the tie, that's a very fun outside, isn't it? Yes, it is. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Now, we're only going to make one signature, and yes, there is a lot of room in there, but once we start loading these pages up with things like envelopes, and ooh, that gives me an idea. I'll be right back. Okay, I went poking around. I have these cards, right? Just plain note cards. We could put these in there somewhere, right? They'd be fun. And this one, we could actually glue on a page. This is an envelope, so we might even be able to, again, glue on my fingers, do something with that. It's not a very heavy envelope though, but these we can put in there, and this we put, but this was the idea that I had. I have these 6x9, right, manila envelopes. That, if I fold it in half, and actually cut that off and cut that open, put that in there, and sew that in. So we're going to trim this open here, just like that. Yep. And yes, we're going to cut this off. Actually, let's just cut it down here. There we go. We have that. We can put that in there somewhere. So that's 2 pockets. Let's take a look-see. Maybe put that there. That can be fun, right? Put this here. That could be fun. And where else? We can put it here. There. Now, I have my spine templates here. Not quite, but it'll do. No, this is a 7-inch. I don't want the 7-inch. I could do this one. All right, this has 3 holes, but we don't have 3 signatures. We only have the 1 signature. So let's just line it up. Okay, we're doing 5. I like, I like the added security. you get with 5 instead of 3. Okay. And that one's going to have to move over just a little bit. All right, here's our chomper. So this is what we're using, the Crocodile 2 Chompadoodle 3/16 to make the bigger holes. This, and my head's going to get in the way, and I apologize for that. 1, 2, 3. These are getting stuck. Because remember, it's a pretty thick spine at this point. 4 and 5. Ugh. Now I go to the outside to cut off. So we have 2 layers of the cardboard box. We have 3 layers of Tyvek tape. We have a layer of sticker paper, and we have 2 layers of fabric with 2 layers of iron-on adhesive with the fabric. So, if that's not a strong spine, I don't know what is. Okay, so there's our spine. There's our book. Now let's mark this. This should be easy to keep in the center because there's that very nice white line right down the middle. Oh. There we go. And chomp away some more. Oh. Let's try that one again, shall we? There it goes. So in the middle we have heavy cardstock and that manila envelope and those blank cards. Oy. Okay. Ooh. Get all those bits and pieces out of the way. And now to sew it in. Whoops. I even have orange twine. Isn't that fun? 1, whoops, 2, hello, 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 3. Yes, it's more than I need, but I always do 3. Okay. Oops. Okie dokie smokies. Do we want to do the tie on the inside or the tie on the outside? I guess we'll do it from the inside out. Knot off these ends here to keep the twine from unraveling. Okay, now it seems to be snug there. Just oops, not that way, please. Okay. Wrap it once, wrap it twice, knot it, and then in the opposite direction. Oop, as my fingers are all twisted around. Once, twice, there. There. Okay. And let's see what we have going on here. Ugh. Okay. I'm sorry for all the fits and starts. My work phone has been hassling me over there for a little bit. Okay, so we wanted to do this. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Ugh. We could wrap this around on the inside even if we think we want to do that. I don't know though. I'm going to glue that down, and then here we will put it, well, it needs to come over a little bit further. I'm thinking here, there. We could use Velcro, I could use a magnet, or I think I have snap tape. I don't know if I want to do that though. All right, so I think we'll use a magnet, but for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to goop this up with Fabrifix. Do it there, do it there, do it along there. You want to make sure that that. It's going to secure this. So let's do it there. Okay. Now, go here, go here, go here. Okay. And now that I'm looking at this, I probably should have sewed this down. Sewn the edge over. Going to fold this over. Okay, then fold it over again. Oof. Get the glue off my fingers. I'm gonna have to go wash them. All right, let me check my edges. Ay, ay, ay. No. All right, that's gonna have to dry. Okay, now we just have to figure out how we're going to keep it closed. I'm sorry I did that without videoing it. I have these here. They're called roofing nails tabs, tin tabs, and they're just tin circles. Very, very thin, but magnetic. So this wasn't set yet, so I pulled the fabric up and I placed one right there in the middle between the fabric and the paper, you know, in the top of the book. And now this is a magnet. It's pretty thin that, as you can see, I put some Fabrifix on it to make sure it stays there. And I might wind up having to actually sew a little piece of fabric on top of that. But there. It will keep the book closed, and because the magnet is big enough, we should be able to, it'll give room for the book to expand. All right, there we go. So, oh gosh, the glue on my fingers, I have to go wash my hands. So there's the base of the book done. We'll take a look at this after it's all dry. Hopefully that'll fade. One would think, but you never know. and we'll see how it goes. I love it. Okay, well, I hope this has inspired you some. Get out there and experiment with men's ties. This is Karen Jean from Ex Libris Crafts. We're only limited by our own imaginations. Let yours run wild. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.